So test, 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 test. Oh, there we go. That's more light on it. It's more light on the sitch. uh, hey everybody. It's supposed to start at 6:20, so I'll wait till everybody signs up. Let me see if I can get these lights under control. Please click through the chat if you want to do some chatting. I'm just going to give a preview of what's coming up on Patreon this week. And run through what's coming up on the podcast this week, and just do this to answer any questions. If you're a patron and you're watching this, please make sure your RSS is set up. I've been kind of digging deeper into the stats and looking at who stays a long-term patron and who kind of comes and goes, because it's really sustaining the show is kind of about people pay about long-term patrons, it's fine for people to come and go because of life events and stuff, but most of the people that use the patron RSS seem to be our longer term patrons, and the people that don't take the time to set up the patron RSS, they just get less value out of being a patron. So it's really easy. Just go to Patreon. I've been trying to send it out wherever I possibly can. I'll try to add it to the comments in this post, but it's patron RSS just means how you get the bonus content in a podcast app, probably the same podcast app you already use to listen to the podcast in, which is for 85 to 90% of Sleep With Me listeners, Apple Podcasts. But you can also set your patron RSS up in Android apps and other Apple Podcast apps. So please make sure to do that, because at $1 for $1 patrons, you get one piece of bonus content most weeks. You also get access to all of the old bonus content. For $5 patrons, that's kind of our value for value level. But you still get extras. You get the 2 ad-free episodes and 2 story-only episodes most weeks. Some weeks we do the deluxe episodes, but you also get access to all of the old content. And then at $10 a month and $20 a month, those are kind of our membership levels. You get a lot of content every single week and access to the old content, which includes all night episodes, all intro episodes. So definitely worth it. And if you're a patron, it takes literally 2 or 3 minutes to set up. So yeah. And if you're joining this, please click through if you want to chat, to YouTube. Trying to do more of these, trying to do this on a weekly basis and see if it's sustainable. And I'm trying to switch up the time. So we did it more in the morning last week or 2 weeks ago. I don't know. This is the latest in the day I'm doing it, which it's just post dinner time for me. I still have a couple more hours of podcast work ahead of me. Cool. So let's see. I guess there's 2 people watching or 3 people. So feel free to click through. I'm going to run through what we have coming up on Patreon this week. Tonight is the last Doctor Who episode. So I guess Stacy's here. Yeah. Oh, I just started, Stacy. So do you mean the RSS feed? Stacy, do you have your RSS feed set up? But I'm going to start running through the episodes and then I'll answer some questions. So tonight we have the last Doctor Who episode, Parting of the Ways. And it's a pretty good episode. And that'll be the end of season 1, series 1 of Doctor Who. And we are going to take a break from Doctor Who for a little while and do a different series. I don't know if I've announced it yet, or maybe I have on. Have I announced it? But I'll announce it right now. Is that we're doing season 1 of The Good Place. I guess starting in about 10 days for patrons. So that'll be the next series we're doing is The Good Place, and we'll do season 1 of that. And then I'm just been working on that. But for tonight, in your feed is the last Doctor Who episode. Previously this weekend, we had those TNG all-night episodes come out, the last round of those. Tomorrow night, Monday night, is Asleep to Strange, which is a story-only episode, and that's from podcast episode 408, and that's the finale of the first season or the third season of Get Bessos, Mirror Maze Metaphor. Um, and that's like uh, cool. Hey, Rain, right? Uh, um, so that'll be the end of Get Bessos. We're doing it in reverse, which is a little bit of an experiment. But that was quite a action-packed episode of Get Bessos. Um, and then so that goes out to all patrons at $1 and up. And then Wednesday night is Sidekick Lover, which is a trending Tuesday episode. To be honest, I can't really recall um, the story, the plot of that episode. So I'll be probably listening to it to catch up with it. But that's at $5 and up. STS will come before that. It stands for Sleep to Strange. And so that's just the older episode without the intro. And then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday night is episode 668. Skywriter is the title of that, and that's a new Tuesday style episode. And it's with Scooter and a skywriter, and I'm trying to save the skywriting business. Then on Thursday night for $10 and up patrons on our membership level is all intro episode. I think it's episodes 321 through 325. Friday and Saturday, I don't have anything scheduled yet, but those might be from the Vault episodes. And then Saturday afternoon coming up with Patreon. Let's see. So I have Stacy and Rain in the chat. And got One Good Place fan out there. And Stacy loves Get Bessos, those classic episodes, and the Doctor Who episodes. So yeah, those will be running back through season 3. We're pretty close to the conclusion of I think next Sunday will be the end of the finale of the theme park series, and I think that's kind of it. Trying to think what else ahead, but if anybody has any questions here in the chat, or if people, I know there's 8 people watching, so, or you could post if you're not all the way clicked through to YouTube, click through that link to YouTube, or you could post in the comments there. Yeah. Because I don't know if I have any other. If there's no questions, I don't know if I have any other material. Been busy. I'm behind. I've just finished. Been rewatching The Good Place. I'm working on episodes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'm recording this week a crossover episode about Alice isn't on the big farm anymore. So that's what I have scheduled to get recorded tomorrow. So this week, recording wise, because usually I record the episodes ideally. Iron Maven, hi. Usually I record episodes about 5-6 weeks before they come out. So yeah. Stacy asks, are there any real-time recipe episodes in the future? Not, I mean, usually I try to spread those out if I do them. I mean, I'm not going to be doing any Trader Joe's content. So I don't know. The Alice Isn't Dead crossover is like in the style of a real-time recipe episode. I haven't recorded it yet though, so I can't say what it's going to be like until I record it. But it's in the style of a real-time recipe episode, but that's kind of like different because it's a crossover with another podcast. Alice Isn't Dead, but yeah, I don't have any. I don't like the real-time recipe episodes. They kind of when I have something and like I don't know what I'm going to do about the real-time recipes. They might only be a Patreon, but yeah, I don't have any recipes right now. So there probably will be ones in the future, I guess, but I don't know when. Stacy. Rain asks, do I script jokes ahead of time, or is it all Improvisation. Tough one. Um, it depends on the episode. I mean, the intros are all made up on the spot, but there might be notes. Um, and then some episodes, like the theme park episodes, are written, so there might be jokes in there, or dialogue, more like funny dialogue. Um, and then the TV show episodes, I'm taking a lot of notes. Let me see what I get here. Um, so like this would be like for one episode of a TV show of This Is a Good Place notes. So it could be stuff. So a little bit of both. I don't know if I write too many jokes. I just try to be myself, and then most people find it humorous, even if it's unintentional. So yeah. Okay. So what other questions we got, or what was I talking about? Oh, what we're recording this week. Yeah. So we'll do Good Place, ideally towards the end of the week. Um, we'll do a Good Place episode 5 and 6. Hopefully this week my schedule will be a little bit calmer because I'm a little bit behind, and I can get be great if I could get Alice Isn't Dead recorded tomorrow. And then Tuesday and Wednesday get the Good Place done, and then Thursday and Friday get the new series we're going to be doing after Theme Park. I have 2 episodes of that done, so I'd like to get the 3rd episode of that done and recorded. Uh, Getting 3 episodes recorded in a week is really hard, or 2.5. That's usually what I try to record. Like 1 week record 3 intros, and then another week record and 3 intros and 2 episodes, and then another week record two intros and 3 episodes. Hold on 1 second. Anybody ask any questions? So go ahead and shoot. Oh, Jill asks, yeah, Alice Isn't Dead is a one of my favorite podcasts. Oh, the theme park season's just concluded, Jill. So we do we do all our Thursday shows seasonally. So I think that's been a 10 episode run. So that's all I can usually handle is like between 10 and 12 episodes. It's just so much work writing, and yeah, so then I'll move on to a new series, which will be a season 2, somewhat of be season 2 of Guns in Space. It's kind of different than a season 2. So it's more about Stan centric. Let's see, Stacy. Usually wake up at 4 or 5, put on my earbuds, fall asleep, wake up your boyfriend with your giggles during the intro. Yeah, it seems like yeah, like it's like funny how the podcast partners have to deal with me. But that's good that it can put you back to sleep, because that's the worst. I've been waking up at 4 or 5 a lot. Jill asks, Alice Isn't Dead. Oh, well, it's a part of Night Vale Presents, so I'm just doing an episode about it. Like a kind of done them in the past, like with like tribute style episode. It hasn't been recorded yet, so can't really say too much more about it. But just an episode of Sleep With Me, influenced by Alice Isn't Dead. I was hoping to be able to do something. Yeah, I don't know. It hasn't been recorded, so I don't know how it's going to turn out. But yeah, it'll be an episode of Sleep With Me to try to encourage. That'll be tangentially related to Alice Isn't Dead, influenced by Alice Isn't Dead, and then ideally get people to listen to Alice Isn't Dead. Because if you haven't listened, season 3 just started. So time to binge. Rain cracked up during the Dickens issue episode. Yeah, that was one of my favorite episodes. Hadn't re-listened to that, but I loved how goofy the Dickens issue episode was. Um, yeah, cool. So yeah, we're getting some questions in here. Who hasn't asked a question that's in here? Iron Maven. Um, is anybody over on the? Are there any comments popping up on the patron preview side? No. Um. Oh, Catherine. Hello. Any questions? Trying to think what else I could talk about while I buy time. Um, see what else is coming up. We're doing tests for Backblaze as a sponsor. I don't have that information in front of me, but if anybody needs to back up their computer, that's a great solution. I think it's backblaze.com/sleep, and you get, I think you get like a 15-day free, but those kind of in the background backup things. I installed one on my parents' computer. I use it on my computer. Having something backing up in the background's great. And we'll do a test for them and see if listeners support them, and be great to have them as a sponsor since it's a real peace of mind product. Melissa H to the J. Uh, it's past your kid's bedtime though, so can't entertain them. But check out that. I don't know how long those lenses stay up, but I did the trucks. Okay, Rain asks, does my family listen to the podcast? Yeah. Let's see. Um, my immediate family. So I'm from a really big family, both extended family and immediate family. So there's 6 kids in my family. I'm not sure if my mom's listening right now or not, but she was a listener. My dad used to not be a listener, or he would appreciate it. But then we just had a lot of stuff going on the past couple of years, and he needed the podcast to help him fall asleep. So he listens, I think, pretty regularly now. My brother Ken does the art for the podcast. So he has to listen now because it's his job. Uh, so yeah, he listens to try to figure out the art for the episodes. Um, my sister, she listens, I don't know how regularly. Um, and my brother, let's see, I got another brother who lives in Jersey City. Um, oh, Jeff has a question in the comments too, but yeah, my siblings all listen on and off, if not regularly, like when they need something to put them to sleep. Um, and then some of my cousins listen. Uh, yeah, I think that answers that. But you can ask more in depth. Let's see. Jeff asked over in the other comments. Let's see. I'm trying to. Um, Jeff wants to ask how long are my runs and how often? Because I did running, so I'm trying to get in shape for something that I'm going to do as a fundraiser in October. Um, and so I'm trying to get up to be able to run 10 miles pretty strong. Um, but that's not until October, so I have a ton of time. So Jeff, right now, Sunday is my long run, and all I'm doing is running for time. So I run out. Like today, I ran out 21 and a half minutes, assuming that it would take me 21 and a half to run back. Like last week, I ran 20 minutes out. So I'm just adding on 30 minutes every single week on my long run to try to get to 100 minutes. And then on 2 days a week, I'll do what is it called? What's that kind of running called? Like I'll do a 5 to 10 minute warm up, and then I'll do that thing where you sprint for 20 seconds and then jog for 10 seconds, and I'll try to do 16 of those, which is 8 minutes or something, and then I'll run back because that's kind of efficient for time. So I just run 3 days a week, one long run and then 2 interval runs. But you can ask more, Jeff. nothing too. I loathe running so much, but I listen to podcasts. Jill asks, "Thanks for mentioning sleep headphones. Uh, I'll have to make a giggle muter." Yeah, so Sleep Phones has been the longest running um, kind of sponsor of the podcast. I guess they're kind of like a affiliate sponsor, so we just get paid when people use our affiliate link for them, versus like a prepaid sponsor. But they've been a real part of the show, and we're trying to find new ways to work with them. Um, Art, Jill. Oh, Jill asks what art. Oh, the episode art. For the podcast. My brother does the individual art for the individual episodes. Catherine asks, "Am I going to do merch?" Yeah, so we are working on a merch store with the team at Night Vale. So we don't have a launch date yet, but there will be a merch store eventually. Um, but yeah, TBD or TBA. Uh, but yeah, it's something we're working on. Hey, dogs, mom. Um, a hoodie. Okay, I'll keep an eye on. I mean, the good thing is that the people that is one of the things that they have a lot of experience in. So I'm in really good hands and able to um, use the resources at Night Vale to. So yeah, we're gonna have a great merch store, and they have a really. I mean, so at some point we'll be announcing when it's ready to go. But right now we're still working with artists and trying to figure out what's going to be in there and stuff like that. Um, cool. Any other questions from anybody out there that has a question they haven't asked? Melissa. No, this is not the climbing closet. So this is my living room. This is my bedroom. This is my bedroom. This is my glamorous life. So that's my bedroom on that side of the living room. This is my living room. That's my let's see. That's like my one of my brainstorming walls there. Um no, yeah, cuz the internet reception in the climbing closet's not very good. So it's like doing these live streams, it just uses so much bandwidth. And I used to use my phone, but then it uses so much phone battery. And so I found that it's just way more easy to kind of be in the living room here where the router is and you know, be able to be chill. Um, Plus, then I can talk in my Drew voice. I guess I don't know if there's any difference, but and then this isn't the mic I use for the podcast. Though I have used it for like probably used it for like 90 episodes, maybe less. And this is the same mic I use. This is like the best mic if you're going to start a podcast. And like on location and episodes, this is the mic I use. Cool. What other questions we got? Run it till 7 o'clock here. All right. Enjoy your dinner. Oh, what's my Alyssa? Is it Elissa? Alyssa? I want to make sure I have it correct. But what's my go-to karaoke song? I definitely have a go-to karaoke song, and it's from the 80s. Uh, um, and it's from the 80s. It's Let's Hear for the Boy. That's my like go-to karaoke song. Kind of depends on the audience, but it's like a song I actually know by heart, and I don't know very many songs. Singing in the car just depends on the mood I'm in. Like, I mean, literally today I was listening to Rihanna probably like 3 times in a row. Uh, Needed Me, but just because I really like the way that song's structured and just the attitude in the song. I don't know if I can quite sing along with that one, but I just like there's just really nice hooks in it. So I guess I kind of sing along with that one. Like if I'm in the car and I want to sing along something, it's definitely pop, like Titanium. That's another one. I guess I'm like on like 30-year-old kick. Uh, but yeah, Let's Hear for the Boy is my. I'm trying to work in like 2 more. I wish I could memorize a Cher song. I'd like to do, or a TLC song. I had a couple other ones that I was like, oh, that would be a good karaoke song. But let's hear For the Boy. Um, it's like ba-do-boop-ba-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. And it's something nowadays, it's like a song not even everybody's heard. Okay, let's see. Stacy asks, "How are things going after quitting your job?" Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, it's hard for me to stay calm about it, so I have to remember to just take things one day at a time about leaving my job, my career, to focus on the podcast. Like, because I have to focus, I have to just not get freaked out, and uh, I don't know, try to have more like talk to other people that are doing it, so I can like run my fears through them and stuff. But yeah, it's pretty. Um, it's going good. I mean, I've been able to. There's still too much work with the podcast for me to keep up with, but I've been able to weather a lot of things that I wouldn't have been able to do with the job I would have had, that I would have had to stop the podcast or something. Crazy Pants asks if anyone famous listens to the podcast. I mean, I don't know. I mean, like I don't know if you've seen the original Karate Kid, but uh, Daniel LaRusso's mother listens to it. That's someone I consider famous. Um, but I don't know. Elisa. Okay, thank you. Um, yeah, I don't know. Like sometimes oh, you know who um Greg Fitzsimmons is someone that's been promoting the podcast. So I guess I consider him famous. And he's been really good about it. And Georgia Harstark is super famous in my book. And she's been promoting the podcast. I don't know if Mike Birbiglia is just really nice or he listens to the podcast, but I know he's mentioned it a few times, which is really cool. And he's someone else I look forward to. Uh, um, yeah, no, Julian Coster, I got to hang out with him. He's the nicest person in the world. Uh, he came to my first live show, so I was able to get feedback from him about my first live show. Um, yeah, a lot of people from Night Vale Presents listen. Um, let's see. My baby don't talk sweet. Oh yeah, okay. I'm still trying to catch up with do 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 do. Okay, Lori Despins asks, "How about fish? Um, where have I seen them? I don't know. Like I don't know. Everybody knows this, but I'm sober, and I haven't seen fish since I've been sober. Uh, I'm trying to figure out. I've actually talked to some other sober fans and stuff, so I have a plan. If I go to a show, like now, I have like a little. I know some other fish fans that are sober, so but I've kind of like still going to shows is kind of still having trouble with it. Uh, so I'd like to. Another thing is I work so much on the podcast; it's hard for me to go to shows. But I'm working with somebody that's another like working on something, and someone I work with is a big fish fan. So I'd like to go to some of the summer shows. I'd love to like pitch fish on doing some sets of Sleep With Me, like when people are to help people chill out. Maybe at the end of the summer festival, with what's it called? Curveball? Is that what they're calling it, or was that the last one? Um, but I don't know if I'm there yet. Uh, but yeah, I was just listening to what was I listening to on the drive over here, Lori? It's like an older show. Um, oh, 11/17/97 from McNichols Arena in Colorado. Somebody was saying that was their favorite show. Um, let's see. But I've seen them mostly on the East Coast, Lori. I've seen some shows out in California, in LA, and in the Bay Area. But most of the shows I saw were New York, uh, like the Eastern Seaboard shows. Um, yeah, I think that's really cool that Trey is inspiring, for sure. Like, I feel, like, connected to him just because of that. Um, let's see. So brave for quitting my job. Yeah, I think it's I mean, the good thing about the podcast business, Stacy, is that, like, if this doesn't work, if the sleep with me can't be sustainable, I can always cut it back a little bit more and then, ideally get another freelance job. Um, let's see. Dog's mom. I quit my job, scared you to death. Now you're happy. Yeah. Yeah, see, I didn't hate I guess I still volunteer at my old job, so it's kinda weird, like, quitting a job that wasn't that bad to quit. Like, there were some things I wasn't happy about, but it's like, um, uh, uh, yeah. Oh, Jill, yeah, Julie and I were talking about A Christmas Tree Story. Um, Trey. Oh, Crazy Pants, you're enjoying the lens. Yeah, I'm trying to do more of those. Um, because it seems like good to try to keep connecting. It's like I don't really only have these limited windows of time to connect with the people that are supporting the show. So it's like trying to use Lens and these previews and these maybe weekly check-ins to connect with patrons, and make sure people have their RSS enabled so you can get your bonus content. Make sure you have your RSS enabled. If you need help, just go to support.patreon.com, um, or you can follow this link. Please enable your RSS so that you can listen to all your bonus content. Because it definitely makes the difference between people staying patrons for a month or two um, pesky living indoor living, cramping your style at the old job. Um, cool. What other questions? Anybody else? Let me check on the anybody an NBA fan? Yeah, let me write that down. Crazy pants. Let me put that somewhere. I don't know if I wonder if we have enough. Wonder if we have enough. Let me just type that in here. Sorry, I'm not looking. Wonder how many episodes we have. If we have enough for all night, 8 hours would be 8 hours is usually like somewhere between 10 and 12 episodes of when you cut the intros out. Um, it's possible between the what do you call it? Between maybe the things where I read the things and the other ones. Um, oh yeah, I guess like oh, you know what? I have all the transcripts. No one ever seemed interested in them. Um, but if you email me or just send me a message through Patreon, I can send you a link. I have all the transcripts somewhere. I mean, they're machine transcripts of the show. Um, but I've been paying for that because that was like it was something. I don't know if it was a Patreon reward, but I don't know. It's something I wanted to keep transcripts of the podcast. It's just yeah, I haven't found any use for them, but at some point I think I will. But yeah, I still have transcripts. I changed companies because the company I was using got bought by Apple and they closed down. Um, so that was good for them. Um, but yeah, uh, yeah. So I have any transcripts? Let me know. Another question. Oh yeah, can we get all the? Yeah, so Crazy Pants. I'll look into that. We just came out with our all night episode, so I'd be like, let me look at the calendar here. Oof, where is my calendar? Uh, goes competing for my like second week of June, so I could look into that. Uh, transcripts. Yeah, so I have transcripts of the old episodes. I have done Jill. I think I did 1 or 2 episodes based on transcripts. Um, Actually, I did one with Lady Witchbeard, but it was like, got some it didn't get very good feedback. Uh, so I guess that, like, reading a trans like, reading off the transcripts, um, yeah. So, let's see. Yeah, just looking at. So anything else coming up? Let's see if we got some $20 listener birthdays this week. Let me see whose birthday's coming up. Marianne D's birthday's coming up. Um, let's see. Let me game correct too. Is it Marak or Mirak? Um, I'm done with the Star Trek episodes for the time being. I think what I'll do is finish out. I'm doing Eric with an M, so Merrick. Um, I'll do the Good Place, but I'm doing two because the Good Place episodes are 2 episodes. Because episodes are 22 minutes, I'm doing 2 Good Place episodes for 1 Sleep With Me episode. I think their first season was 12 or 13. I'd have to look. So it means we'll do 6 episodes of The Good Place. Then I would probably do some TNG between The Good Place and the holidays. I think if we're that far out, let me take a look. If I could give you it's actually it'd probably be too hard. Well, let's see. Figure June, July, August. Yeah, so we'd probably do some uh, TNG or Star Trek episodes between uh, between the end of Good Place and the holiday season for sure. I really enjoy this doing the Star Trek ones. They were can't do a full year or 6 month run of them because um they were very uh not a lot of middle. Like there was a chunk of listeners that loved them, and then there was a chunk of listeners that just wouldn't listen to them. Um, but I'm gonna still do them, just not like in shorter stints. I think that's more sustainable anyway. Is like doing these seasonal runs of like uh season of Who, first season of Good Place, then probably some TNG, then holidays, then more Who, more Good Place, presumably. But yeah, hope that answers that question, Merrick. Um, Woke up to a Chris Posty thing. I thought it had thunder behind it. Yeah, I wonder if he's put thunder in anything. He probably has. Why is this camera like constantly like the aperture on it? There we go. Um, yeah, Posty's episodes, they're kind of just for fun, and that was to kind of be able to pay him a little bit more money, um, so that he could, because it's just so hard being freelance and trying to do this stuff. I play the feed most recent backwards, so I hear you have every episode. And do you have the Patreon feed also, Dog's Mom, uh, set up, or just the free feed? Oh yeah, yeah. I don't. Sometimes I'll listen to thunder. I don't know if I could sleep to it. I guess every once in a while, um, or rain. I guess, but most of the time I'll listen to it at bedtime. Um, cool. All right. Anybody else have any other questions I can clear up? Let me just check in to see if any other questions came up somewhere else here. No. Okay. Well, thank you, patrons, for supporting the show. Could like you might hear me say this a lot, um, but I literally couldn't make the show without your support, and that's not like a pressure based thing. It is like the podcast would have stopped 2.5 years ago if there weren't patrons. And even though the podcast had to be reduced and we had to stop Sleep to Strange, um, the podcast would not keep going. It wouldn't have survived, like, especially all this recent, the drama last year, without your support. And it continues because of your support. Um, so thank you for that. And I've been saying this in other forums is like the podcast, like hundreds of thousands of people's well being every single month uh, depends on the podcast. So, and some people don't like, some people you could just say, hey, I support the Patreon at $10 a month. It's my value for me. But some of you might appreciate that you're part of a bigger whole that is helping hundreds of thousands of people every single night fall asleep. Um, and I couldn't do that without you. So it really is your support and your contributions as the slide goes in and out, that are doing that. So remember that. Like if you feel rotten one day, it's like, oh wow, like this sacrifice I'm making of a cup of coffee or eating my lunch out or a pizza isn't it's helping you ideally, and that's what I really want is to help you flourish and get a good night's sleep, but it's helping hundreds and thousands of people get a good night's rest. And it's not just a thing like, oh well, Scoots, like I couldn't do it without your support. So bravo is what I say. Thank you. uh so thanks for the support. And if there's no more questions, I'm gonna give it like 10 seconds here, 30 seconds. Stretch. Oh, it's here. I guess I'll show you guys my shirt. Maybe if you're a regular listener, you might have seen this shirt before. Hold on. I think I wore it. I might have worn it the other day in a live stream. It's from an old school Disneyland movie with MJ. Um, all right. Well, good night, everybody. And on with the show. Good night. Get in a good night's sleep. I'll talk to you soon.